Welcome back to the basement, where we turn our attention to all things motoring, and we've got something very special lined up for the next couple of weeks. We have just formed a partnership with GM, who in recent years have introduced us to the Chevy brand, and there really has been a car for every segment of the market. I wanted an objective view though, so I've invited in Ciro, who's got a no-nonsense look about him this morning. Great to have you in. Today we are cruising.
Yeah,
Talk
the
to me about this
Chevrolet Cruze, that's what we've got in the basement. Specifically, the 1.4 Turbo LS. Now, there's all the info you need to know. 1.4 turbo, it's a brand new engine in here. Now, small displacement turbocharged engines are quite interesting in South Africa because 60% of us drive on the reef. And not only do people battle to breathe up there,
players, yes.
rugby players and sportsmen, but cars do as well. So a turbocharged car loses less power on the reef. So quite interestingly, this car has about the same power as a 1.8 litre naturally aspirated engine.
I like it at 1.4. But obviously there the balance is we spend a huge amount of money on fuel. So you've got to have all the bells and whistles and a conscious mind.
Well, this is the thing. So turbocharged cars, in my opinion, really do need to be driven a bit more carefully to achieve the fuel consumption figures that the manufacturers say they can. Chevrolet says this can do 5.8 litres to the 100. That's the average fuel consumption, which is very, very good. So you should be able to get there if you're a bit gentle with your right foot.
Yeah, spend a lot of time in traffic. Okay, break it down for me in numbers. What is going on in this little piece?
Okay, 1.4 turbo, as I mentioned, 103 kilowatts, 200 newton meters, which interestingly is exactly the same power figures, with a bit more torque actually, as its rival, the Toyota Corolla, the 1.8, which I mentioned earlier. Yeah, so those are very healthy figures actually, and it means that the car doesn't ever feel sluggish, even though it is quite a big car.
And it looks like a slightly bigger car.
Yeah.
We'll get into the styling in a moment, but I have to take a look inside. Let's see what
there's
punch
a lot
packs.
going on in there, so let's jump in. We've got the key, open her up. Okay, welcome to the interior of a Cruze.
Very nice.
It's quite a nice place to be, isn't it?
It really is,
It's
actually.
not
This
bad
is
at
a
all.
lovely cockpit, yeah.
So while we're in here, I think it's probably good to chat about safety features. So there are quite a lot going on in here. 6 airbags, which is quite cool. 5 stars on the Euro NCAP test. We've got electronic stability control, traction control, ABS and EBD. EBD is that system which makes sure that the car brakes in a straight line when you're hard on the
They
brake.
really didn't trust us with the turbo. They were like, we're going to give you absolutely every bell and whistle to make sure that you can stay safe. That's great.
Exactly, and then part of this LS model, they throw in quite a lot of extras. So we've got a sunroof, we've got leather seats under my backside over here as well, which is quite cool. We've got cruise control, that's nice as well, and park distance control, so you don't bump into things.
I'm liking this display. It says to me that it's got some entertainment clout.
Yeah, it's quite fun, and everything's got this kind of blue lighting to it, which is quite nice at night.
It's going to look
actually.
awesome at night.
Yeah, no, that's quite nice. Yeah, it really is quite cool.
The styling as well. There's something a little bit racy about it. Do you know what it is? It's like a small car that thinks it's a big car.
Exactly.
It really is nice.
No, that's true. I've been quite enjoying the sound system in here as well, actually. So I suppose you want to know how much it costs?
I think ultimately we have to know.
All right, so I've had a look at its closest rival, which is the Toyota Corolla 1.8 Prestige, which I told you about earlier. They match each other really, really closely on specs. Because Chevrolet throw in a couple of options here, like I mentioned, sunroof, park distance control, actually has a bit more than the Toyota, and it's a bit cheaper. $254,000 for this, $259,000 for the equivalent Corolla. This has a better warranty, but the Corolla has a better service plan.
On balance, though, I would say this is almost the perfect package.
Yeah.
When you look at this the segment of the market, when you look at the styling, I love it. You know, as the Americans do, they've given it a little extra meat. Love the wheels, love the size of our alloys.
17-inch alloys.
You got it, you got it. But this looks like a great car to have in the city, and it also looks like it can stretch its legs a little bit.
I think in the market it gets overlooked a bit. I wouldn't go for the hatch. I don't think it looks particularly good. But this sedan is quite a solid car. I think it's quite underrated, actually.
Ciro, you've just made me very excited about what the next couple of weeks are going to hold.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you so
me.
much, and thanks to GM for bringing us this little gem. We're going to spend a bit of time driving her around, and we will let you know what our driving experience has been like. But you can, of course, pick up the conversation on @OverdriveTV on Twitter. Yeah?
Cool. Thanks,
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the basement next week.
16-inch alloys, color accents, and Chevrolet's MyLink system. The limited edition Sonic. Chevrolet. Find new roads.